Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Over the last 14 seasons of Apex Legends, we have seen here on Rain Day Gaming some shocking releases and some disappointing ones. We've seen some fun and OP characters at the start, and some that fell just below the mark. Vantage is neither of those, and in fact, that might be the worst thing about the legend for the longevity of her success in casual popularity and in the competitive league. But I've spent the last 3 hours, instead of really trying to play, watching pros and their experiences of what Vantage is bringing to the table and what she's not, such as TSMIMPERIALHAL and TSMFTXALBRALELIE, who is going to be the player who plays Vantage if they add it to this roster. What does Reps have to say? Let's find out right now.
Situation that I've used the ulti in, if I had any other gun, I could have done more damage.
Oh, yeah, how do you prestige? Like prestige now?
I have no idea.
Not only does he say that any other damage, to add to that, here's another kind of explanation that he brought to the table.
I don't know why would I ever use this ulti when I can just use a scout and just do more damage? It just doesn't even make sense.
What he's demonstrating is something very important for developers to understand, which is that when you put a legend or somebody up in a roster of legends that already exist, you're not just showcasing a legend who has a sniper rifle, a third weapon, a passive that can see kind of through shrubbery and make it very hard for opponents to have more information than you do, an optical zoom on your aim down sights, and a really interesting and powerful relocation tool. You're going up against every other legend that exists. So it's not about whether my sniper rifle is good hitting 50 damage. It's about, is it better than just whipping out my scout and doing that instead. And so far, Reps had a very disappointing moment. In fact, I watched Reps all morning, and what I ended up seeing was what I see when characters are actually unbalanced or underpowered at the start, or balanced and underpowered at the start. That happens time and time again in every video game release. Here's what occurs.
Okay, I'll grab it then. Where was it?
Like, there's stuff in the pills, and then there's in the building, I think, next to it. It's in one of those.
Okay.
Happy Season 14 launch, by the way, my friends.
I want to try the prowler, though.
Can we kill a rig team?
I need to get that 3x first.
I'm grabbing this gold energy mag.
Didn't you ping a heavy as well? Where's that heavy you pinged?
I don't
Pay
think I pinged
attention
one.
here.
I think Hal did.
Oh,
Wait, someone's on
This is
us.
after several losses in a row.
Well, I might be dead too now.
I'll just start playing Seer, these fucking rats.
I'm just gonna get off Vantage. Character is useless.
It came from inside labs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fun.
On your rooftop.
Literally just got like 4 no right.
Now, this is nothing against Reps. This can happen to the best of us, but the issue is what he says at the end. I'm going to get off Vantage. Now, why would he have to get off Vantage, and what does that mean for the hope of Reps playing this character in the future? Well, in the eventuality of what Apex Legends pros want to do, they want to win. And if you feel that that's not the case, then you haven't been watching. When your competitive integrity starts to slip because you're trying a new legend that doesn't immediately add value, or at least perceivable value to your team over other legend choices, then you start to internalize that for the most part. And I see a lot of pros say, you know what, I'm not going to keep losing in front of 3,000 people on my stream, or 2,000 people or 30,000 people, when I could just as easily switch to another legend that's worked. Over the course of that time, we've actually seen Hal pick up Vantage, but the things that Rep said was a very, very clean, clear dismissal of Vantage at the moment.
I just don't like that our queue is so slow. Like, it's so clunky. The animation takes forever to do. in a game that's all about like speed and momentum, can't have animations like that that take so long.
Now, this
Q
is
for like hold Q for like it feels like over a second just to even fly to it, and then the bird has to fly away as well, and then you like fly to the bird really slow. I don't know, bro. I'll try her again at some point, but I don't like the way she feels right now.
in human nature, we make first impressions in about 7 seconds when we meet somebody. And in fact, those impressions end up lasting longer than most any other thing that we have in terms of dealing with that human being. And it's very hard to overturn them. When you think someone comes off as a little snobbish or someone's a little rude or maybe a little arrogant, that carries much more weight than maybe the seemingly simple but later on nicer or just general decent human things that they do to overturn the initial impression that you've had. And this is what happens with video game characters. When they release and they are not as powerful to give people a clear distinction that they should be played, and it ends up taking a lot of buffing, a lot of work, and a big moment to turn it around. But for those who are Vantage mains, why am I saying this? Why am I bringing this up as a video? I'm not being negative. In fact, I'm actually just stating where Reps is at. And also, I want to give you all a little bit of hope, because it's not just Reps that I was watching, or Hal. I also watched one of the legends in the Apex Legends scene, and one of the biggest proponents of new legends and finding out their value, Albralelie, and he has been showing a very different side to the potentialities of Vantage, and I want to show you a little bit why. This is Albralelie on Vantage. Let me know if you could spot the difference.
There's a team over here in this building.
Yo, 6-1-1.
I have a volt from a
Well, around the fire building, I can
Me and
hear.
him can just 3-2-1.
Oh no! They're probably gonna fly up. Yeah, they are. They're going up right now.
They're going up to this building on me.
Yep. The one that you're. This one on me, right here.
This is the tactical, by the way, that you can leave
I already know about us.
and go
They know about
up,
us?
go
Yeah.
towards. You'll see her movement here.
I'm ratting below them.
I tagged Vantage for 50. I got Seer ulted. I'm backing up.
140 Seer,
Running at you,
140
running at you.
Seer. 140 Seer on blue.
I almost cracked Horizon. Almost. She's on you.
I'm going up.
I'm gonna kill too far. Really
I need
weak.
to bow, I
Really
need to
weak,
bow, I
really
need to bow.
weak. No way you are peeking me.
On me, on me.
I got him. There's one more.
Took down some prey. Recharging shield.
There's a kid above me. Watch your angles.
I'm just finding Matt.
Got him 30.
Heal, Matt, heal.
Good
I
return
can't.
fire.
You guys
Can't heal, shoot some bullets back.
Slide further back then, man.
I just...
On height.
I'm 1 HP. I'm trying to
netting.
Phoenix. He just naded me. I might die.
Underbanger. Oh, shit.
I'm going on him. I'm going on him.
Man, look
Get
at
up,
this.
get up.
There's a new team.
One shot.
Going. Backing up.
I
Just
might
back
be a
up, new
solo.
team.
That might be a solo.
It is.
The prey shield.
We can go up the choke.
Whole squad down. And the herd gets thinner.
Now-
There's a solo pushing.
The value that we just saw there from Vantage was something incredible. Watching Reps' first games, no offense to Reps, but clearly was playing in much more of a passive support role, not really enjoying that movement that was available with Echo. But that relocation was super powerful. He slid out of the fight, left his bat there, and was able to come back in not once but twice to really find himself healing and getting back into a very good vantage point to be able to continue. So that to me spelled there's possibility here, but let's just say that his attitude made a big difference as well. The still problem I have is the weapon hitting for 50, and it's very hard to find resets of the weapon because it hits for 100, but you have to hit that person for the second time. Is it really possible to find a lot of those moments with Vantage in a fight? Here's Albralelie being a little bit more aggressive and using that sniper, so we'll see.
It's way down.
They're
Sliding
dropping
down, sliding down.
They're dropping down.
50 on horizon.
Take him down. Getting shot at.
150 on horizon.
Target shield.
I'm gonna walk
Slide
up.
forward.
No, I'm not. I'm getting pre-fired by that kid.
Recharging shield.
I fight.
I can take the
Full
roof in
height.
a second.
I found, yeah, I fight.
I'm gonna look
Done
tag one.
myself like an asshole.
Missed. I'm taking the
He didn't
roof.
horizon. Crack chest him.
Launching two.
going
Punch me
in,
in
I'm
like
going
a
in.
psycho. I got one clip, dude. I don't know about these kids, bro. What are
Blood on
you
me.
doing?
Woo!
I'm
One's
dead.
dead.
I'm holding you.
My prey.
I'm gonna get inside.
I'm
Yeah,
batting.
he's in.
I'm batting.
Yeah, he's inside.
Bat's already back.
Nah,
at
one of
that.
those kids is cheating. Whoever the scout rifle's cheating.
No,
Not
where's
sure.
my gun?
I didn't know he was there. Oh no.
Dead.
There's no audio
Phoenix,
this season,
Phoenix.
huh?
Using a Phoenix
Like
kit.
no audio at all.
Found another
Audio's a little
squad.
fucky, yeah.
We're good.
Now, the incredible value that we are seeing from Echo and the sniper in this type of situation gives me hope for Vantage's possibilities. But if it's just Albralelie who's showcasing that it can happen, is it the certain type of team composition running a Horizon, a Valkyrie, and obviously this Vantage? Horizon, by the way. Oh, man, I'm sorry about those nerfs. I'm still feeling a little shaky about them. Does it mean that Vantage will end up finding her place in the meta? Or is it too much of kind of the TSM style? Will too many people find that Vantage just doesn't fit the traditional support role that these players who are so good at it are going to have to take? It's not like Hal or necessarily Verhulst are going to jump into playing Vantage. There are other legends who have better roles to do what they have to do. But Albralelie has showed us, again, some of the things that people may not be thinking, and this is what he does when these legends come out. Take a look at what her passive can give him in a fight.
Hop on the
There
sky.
are nades all over me. I'm batting.
Hop on the sky.
Look over me,
Batting,
please.
batting.
I'm trying.
They're hitting
Path is gonna peek above you. Path one. Path dead.
Vantage one.
What do you flash on him?
Vantage 1 HP.
On me.
Dead enough.
Peek.
launching to a new angle.
Let me shoot
1
him.
minute and the ring's a stone's throw. Even if you throw like
Where'd
a
he go?
baby.
In the corner.
I'm not.
On me, on me, on me. Nice.
Recharging shields.
Listen to
Dude,
this.
being able to see people like through all the shrubbery and shit because of my passive is really fucking strong. Like those
That
kids,
peek on the fucking thing is so insane.
those kids couldn't see me, but I could see them through the fucking shrubbery.
I have no ammo.
Now, look at what he's talking about. Right here, this is Vantage's passive. You're seeing the shielding of the team. So this is a purple shielded player, but the other two players have blue shields. That's what that means. This is your zoom, which you can do even if your weapon is not out. So you get an incredible view over the battlefield and information. This is an information box that your cursor is close enough to basically be in striking range of that character. And you also have some extended, like, kind of nice bullet drop information here, and you could see it, like, just to give you some more Vantage or some more information for Vantage to use on her passive.
There's gonna be
The
above you.
thing that he's mentioning, though, which I didn't even notice till I watched this slowly, is that
Path one.
that box that I just
That's
showed you appears even if the character is hidden behind this type of foliage or shrubbery. So he actually can see this character when that character cannot see him. That is a massive advantage in these kind of head poke, head glitch spots that a lot of these pros find themselves in.
Vantage one.
And notice he's not using Vantage's weapon. He's using a G7 Scout with a 3x Ranger, which is going to be one of, if not the best weapons in the game this season. It is still so valuable on Vantage's side to be able to see these little shots right here that you would never be able to see and that they cannot see against you. Albralelie has been known to do this and has been known to be successful, but unfortunately, we've got other people talking about Vantage's first impressions like Reps that may be swaying the audience a different way and forcing competitive pros to really not find an easy way to get her. What's the solution? Let me tell you after this.
First impression on Vantage is I don't think she's very good. I think she's like too slow.
The key is that he thinks she is too slow. And those first impressions, we just reminded you again with that clip, that it is all about what you think. Your perception is reality in life and in gaming. So does Albralelie and his ability to showcase the value of Vantage dissuade and overtake what we've seen with Reps and some of these pros who are so skilled but are going to have a difficult time trying to find the value unless they believe in this character when there's no reason they should believe in this character when other characters already work? Time is the answer. You need to give it some time. Pros need to give it some time. But I think everyone should be playing it like Albralelie. The problem is, I don't think people are going to do that. And that is the issue with releasing a character that has question marks on her power level. If you don't give players a clear, this character is good, they're not going to be very wary on if it's worth the valuable time to practice and build team compositions that they have to try to put that legend in when there are already clear-cut winners like Newcastle and even Maggie, who have gotten major buffs this season that they could be spending their time on. You let me know if it's worth it to you, but as always, I hope you enjoy the video. Never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.